Illness, meeting guidelines, goals. This safety session should teach employees to recognize the hazards and symptoms of working in heat, to reduce the risks of working in hot temperatures, and to respond to danger signals. Number 1, working in hot conditions, indoors or outdoors, creates health risks. Cramps occur when the body loses too much salt from heavy exertion and heat. Heat exhaustion occurs when the body can't replace fluids and/or salt lost in sweating. Perspiration in heat is important because it cools the body as it evaporates. Heat stroke occurs when the body no longer sweats and holds so much heat that the body temperature reaches dangerous levels. Heat stroke is a medical emergency and can lead to delirium, convulsions, unconsciousness, or even death. Factors that can increase the risk of these types of heat stress include physical exertion, being unaccustomed to working in heat, wearing protective clothing that traps body heat, age. Older people may have less body water and lower sweat gland efficiency, being overweight, which makes you use more energy to perform tasks, and medications that can interfere with normal body reactions to heat. Number 2, take precautions to avoid heat stress when working in hot conditions. For work outdoors in the heat or indoors in laundries, foundries, or other hot areas, gradually adjust to heat when new to a job or after a 2-week or longer absence. Take about 5 days to gradually build up time spent working in heat. Use general ventilation, cooling fans, and evaporative cooling whenever possible. Shield furnaces and other heat-producing equipment. Check for and eliminate any steam leaks. Plan the most strenuous work for the coolest parts of the day. Wear loose, lightweight, light-colored clothes. Wear a hat and use sunscreen to work outdoors. Drink water steadily before and during work in the heat. Drink about 16 ounces before starting and 5 to 7 ounces every 15 or 20 minutes during hot work. Well-balanced meals, avoiding hot or heavy food, alcohol, and caffeine. Take salt tablets to replace what's lost in perspiration if approved by a doctor. Work at a steady pace, minimizing overexertion. Take regular breaks in a cool, well-ventilated area. Know your own limits and ability to work safely in heat. And take fast action for symptoms of heat cramps, exhaustion, or heat stroke. Be alert to heat stress symptoms. Heat exhaustion symptoms include weakness, dizziness, sometimes nausea, pale or flushed appearance, sweating, moist and clammy skin. Heat stroke symptoms include dry, hot, reddish skin, and lack of sweating, high body temperature and strong, rapid pulse, chills, and confusion. Number 4, respond quickly and correctly to heat stress symptoms. Heat stroke is a medical emergency that can be fatal. Act immediately. Move a victim immediately to a cool place and call for medical help. Cool the person down as much as possible while waiting for medical help. Use a hose or soak clothes with water and fan the body. Monitor breathing and don't give fluids if the person is unconscious. Heat exhaustion requires fast response to prevent worse problems. Move to a cool place immediately. Loosen clothing and place cool, wet compresses on the skin. Drink water or an electrolyte beverage slowly. And elevate feet 8 to 12 inches. If you experience heat cramps, drink water. Discussion point. Ask participants to discuss the jobs they perform that could create heat stress risks, and specifically, how would they reduce those risks? Conclusion: pay attention to your body when you work in the heat. Work at a slow, steady pace and drink plenty of water. Remember that heat stroke can be deadly and that symptoms demand immediate action. Illness. Know the signs of heat stress. Working in the heat. Take precautions to avoid heat stress. Gradually build up hours spent working in heat. Wear light, loose clothing. Wear a hat outdoors. Drink water steadily before and during working in heat. Avoid hot foods and drinks that contain alcohol or caffeine. Don't overexert yourself. Work at a steady pace. Take regular breaks in cool places. Take action to respond to heat stress. For heat cramps, drink water. For heat exhaustion, which includes weakness, dizziness, sweating, moist, pale, or flushed skin, move to a cool place, loosen clothes and apply cool compresses, drink water slowly, and elevate feet 8 to 12 inches. For heat stroke, which is lack of sweating, high body temperature, dry and hot skin, chills, strong, rapid pulse, and confusion, treat it as a medical emergency. Call for a doctor immediately, move to a cool area immediately, use cool water to soak the person's clothes and body, fan the body, and don't give fluids if the victim is unconscious. For payroll stuffers, working in the heat. Perspiration evaporates off the skin and cools the body when it's hot. The most dangerous and sometimes even fatal form of heat stress is heat stroke. To prevent heat stress, you should wear loose, light clothes and avoid overexertion. The best thing to drink to prevent heat stress is water. Heat stroke occurs when body temperatures rise to dangerous levels. Symptoms of heat stroke include chills, high body temperature, and lack of sweating. Symptoms of heat exhaustion include weakness, sweating, and pale or flushed appearance. When heat stroke symptoms occur, you should immediately call for a doctor and move to a cool place. When heat exhaustion symptoms occur, you should move to a cool place and loosen clothes. You may be more likely to experience heat stress if you're overweight and not used to physical exertion.